Good evening, residents of East Coast GRC and my fellow Singaporeans. My name is Paris V. Parameswari, and I am one of the candidates for East Coast GRC. Okay. Firstly, I would like to talk about reinstating Taipusam as a national public holiday. And would like to thank Mr. James Lim for bringing this topic up in Parliament. And this is also in our GE 2025 manifesto. So just some history, okay? So in 1968, the government at that time reduced the number of public holidays, and the Hindu community was asked to choose between Deepavali and Taipusam. And at that time, the Hindus opted to retain Deepavali. Now, Hindus in Singapore are left with only one public holiday. Over the years, Taipusam has become a spiritually significant affair for many Hindus in Singapore, as many of them fulfill their vows by carrying kavadis or milk pots and participate in processions as an act of gratitude and penance. So, it is time to reinstate Taipusam as a national public holiday and to increase the total number of public holidays in Singapore to 12. Okay, next, let me speak about the PAP East Coast GRC rally on 26 April. Okay, Mr. Dinesh, a member of the East Coast team, responded to a common sentiment that Singaporeans share. He said, and I quote, "There is talk of there being too many foreigners. Do we want our sons and daughters to be in construction sites and as laborers?" Unquote. My fellow Singaporeans, the issue is not about laborers or people working in construction. People trying their best and doing good, honest work deserve respect. That is something to remember as Labor Day nears. What is at stake is really about ensuring good work and business opportunities for Singaporeans, including PMET jobs, so we can work hard and provide for our families. So there have been foreign laborers in our country for many decades. But did we have an issue with that? The answer is obviously not. Singaporeans do not have an issue with our foreign laborer brothers. Okay. Let me now talk about the data privacy issues. There were major breaches not once, but twice in the last 5 years. Firstly, Trace Together. The Trace Together data was used to investigate a serious crime in Punggol. The information that Trace Together contact tracing data will be used for criminal investigations was withheld from the public for months until a parliamentary question was filed in December 2020. This was despite promising citizens that Trace Together data only be used for pandemic control. Secondly, let's look into the leak of NRIC data on ACRA's website. After an independent journalist, Bertha Hansen, raised the issue on 12 December 2024, this was how the Ministry of Digital Development and Information's media statement responded on 13 December 2024. And I quote, "The NRIC number is assumed to be known, just as our real names are known. There should therefore not be any sensitivity in having one's full NRIC number made public. In the same way that we routinely share and reveal our full names to others, unquote. The NRIC number, which for years has been treated as sensitive and secret information, and which even had to be masked under the Personal Data Protection Commission previously, suddenly became secret no more. What a sudden U-turn. Then finally, the NRIC saga ended with Miss Josephine Teo and Miss Indrani Raja, together with Accra Chief, apologizing for the confusion caused. These two incidents demonstrate that the PAP and ruling party have lost touch and have little regard to Singaporean sensitivity to their personal data being used for purposes other than originally intended. This also shows miscommunication between government departments. These missteps would not have been known if they were not brought up in Parliament and by the public. So next, let me touch on our Heartland hawker centres and coffee shops. Their rentals have skyrocketed over the years. This is partly due to high rentals charged by privately owned coffee shops, for which the business owners have paid for in millions, and hawker centres which are outsourced to and managed by for-profit entities. The high rental costs as well as overhead costs are channeled to consumers' food prices. Although the public can now hunt for cheap coffee shop meals with a campaign called Great Budget Meal Hunt, launched by the previous administration in October last year. Why should this even be the case? It is called Heartland for a reason. Coffee shops and hawker centres in these areas should be affordable to residents there. It is sad to know that some stall holders have quit their Heartland coffee shop businesses due to high rents and costs. Examples would be Alim Chicken Rice in Bidok Town Centre and Mentaya Japanese Food, which has permanently closed all its 9 stalls across Singapore. As stated in our GE 2025 manifesto, HDB should reacquire all privately owned coffee shops and NEA should manage hawker centres directly. Let me continue a little bit in Tamil for now. Thank you. எனது சக சிங்கப்பூரர்களே, தைப்பூசத்தை ஒரு தேசிய பொது விடுமுறையாக மீண்டும் நிலைநிறுத்துவது பற்றி பேச இருக்கிறேன். இது எங்கள் கட்சியின் பொது தேர்தல் அறிக்கையிலும் உள்ளது. 1968ஆம் ஆண்டில் அரசாங்கம் பொது விடுமுறைகளில் எண்ணிக்கையை குறைத்தது. இந்து சமூகம் தீபாவளிக்கும் தைப்பூசத்திற்கும் இடையே தேர்வு செய்ய வேண்டியிருந்தது. அந்த நேரத்தில் இந்துக்கள் தீபாவளியை தேர்ந்தெடுத்தனர். அதனால் இந்துக்கள் ஆகிய நாம் ஒரே ஒரு பொது விடுமுறையுடன் இருந்தோம். பல ஆண்டுகளாக தைப்பூசம் சிங்கப்பூரில் பல இந்துக்களுக்கு ஆன்மீக ரீதியில் குறிப்பிடத்தக்க நிகழ்வாக மாறியுள்ளது. பலர் காவடிகள் அல்லது பால் குடங்களை சுமந்து செல்வதன் மூலம் தங்கள் நேர்த்திக் கடன்களை நிறைவேற்றுகின்றனர். தைப்பூசத்தை ஒரு தேசிய பொது விடுமுறையாக மீண்டும் நிலைநிறுத்தி சிங்கப்பூரில் மொத்த பொது விடுமுறைகளை 12ஆக கொண்டு வருவதற்கு முயற்சி செய்கிறேன். So now I'm going to continue back in English. Okay, this is the finale. Dear East Coast residents, the Workers' Party is not here to form the government. We only want to have a more balanced political system with checks and balances. If we get elected into the parliament, the PAP will still form the government. Right? You have our promise that we will not take your votes for granted. And my team and I will ensure that your voices are heard through our voices in Parliament. You already know what the Workers' Party MPs can do for you. And it is evident from the management of Hougang SMC, Aljunied and Sengkang GRCs. A precedent has already been set by the Workers' Party. And if elected, we from the East Coast GRC will continue following the path to serve the residents of East Coast GRC. I can be caring and passionate like Mother Teresa. But if the need arises to step up for the occasion and to be a voice in Parliament to ask questions fearlessly, I can be like Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady. And every time the Workers' Party rallies brim with support, we hear people saying that, oh, the rally attendance does not transform into votes. Let us create history. Step up and vote for the Workers' Party working for Singapore. Majulah Singapura. Thank you.